Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to another podcast. Now, this one is very, very, very special because, well, Proper and I just can't stop talking about Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
And we've decided to, instead of, you know, bugging for hours on end people on our streams and on my stream, that we're going to do a podcast about it now. So, every Sunday morning, we're going to get together. And right now, I'm not streaming. Right now, he's streaming, as you guys can see right over there. And he's doing something incredible, man. That looks amazing. That looks awesome. And you're just doing the bottom layer right now, right?
Yeah. I'm just doing this to see if I can do anime style because I do realistic all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And you said you think it's going to end up being a little realistic or a lot?
Probably. It's either going to end up being a lot realistic or I'm going to like do this anime style and then just do a realistic version of this.
Oh man. It looks amazing already, man. It looks amazing. Can you tell us though, when do you regularly stream?
I usually start streaming around like 6:30 in the morning, and I
What time
end
zone are you in?
around Central.
Gotcha.
And I usually end around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, PM.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm used to being up so early from when I was in school and
Oh,
old
right, right.
jobs that I had. So
All right. Actually, you know what? While I'm doing this, let me tweet you out real quick that we're doing this. People, if they want to come watch and check it out. But yeah, so just tell us a little bit more, man. Tell us a little bit more about your style and everything.
I grew up watching a lot of cartoons, like just being into nerd culture stuff. My parents got me into reading comic books when I was young. I believe my mom introduced me into Spider-Man. My dad was a huge Green Lantern fan. I even have a Green Lantern ring.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
your whole thing is awesome. I love that.
and it just became a thing where as I got older I was around folks who were big into anime and other superhero stuff, and just used to draw a bunch of this. And you know how it is if you're around a bunch of people,
Oh yeah.
especially other artists that do this a lot, even if they're just kids, you just keep doing it and keep doing it.
And you start
And
bouncing ideas
eventually,
off other people and everything, and it grows from there.
exactly. And eventually it just became a thing where after I went to school and realized that it wasn't really a thing I wanted to do anymore, I just kind of, after a series of events, I'll
Mm-hmm.
say, I ended up just landing a role on Twitch doing this for a living. And, now we're for real able to make a decent living doing this
Yeah, it's
every day.
awesome, man. It's awesome. I mean, and yeah, especially if you're doing what you love, man, it makes it makes all the difference in the world, man. It's crazy.
100%.
It's crazy. All right, so basically, for people to understand what we're going to be doing is every single Sunday morning after we've watched the show a few times, we're going to get together either on my stream, either here on Proper Stream. It might be someone else's stream or something, or it might not even be streamed. And we're just going to chat about it. We're going to do like a regular podcast, just chatting about how we felt about the show. And I know that's not going to stop us talking about it either, because, we just go crazy
Exactly.
about it. Oh, and by the way, dude, if you've got subscribes, followers, whatever you do, you man, you do what you got to do.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you for that, host fam.
Yeah, just let me know. Hey, give me a second, and you do your thing, because
Okay.
it's amazing, man. It's your show, dude. It's your show.
I appreciate it.
So let's start by first of all, spoilers. If you have not watched the show, spoilers. If
So
you
many
have
spoilers.
watched the
So
show,
many.
yeah. If you have watched the show, what we try and do is we try and talk about it. And yeah, sometimes we go off, and we go on, assumptions and different things, but we try and keep it mostly to the show that happened. So, first off, I gotta ask you, how did you feel about the drastic change in the art style going from last week to this week? Because the
I
first
knew
shot
it
we
was gonna
saw,
happen.
yeah, the first shot we saw was, Goku in front of Frieza. And to me, he looked like wrecked last time, I mean, he
Yeah.
was gone. And then this time we saw him and he's just tired. He just looked tired. So I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
feel they feel that lost a lot because they did that?
Uh, I feel like they brought those guys in. Like whenever they do a super special episode, they always bring in their top quality artists. They did it
Right.
for Vegito, returning, and they've done it for this episode.
Oh yeah.
And I guarantee they'll probably do it whenever the round 2
Mm-hmm.
happens. But Frieza, for some reason, looked super crisp,
He
especially
did.
like the up close on his face when he was grinning and stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if
But
they I
everything
wonder if they
else,
still use some from last week, you know?
maybe because in Dragon Ball Z they always reuse animations to
Yeah.
some degree,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But that one I don't recall seeing with him in final form doing that
Mm-hmm.
smirk. But
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
it's kind of to be expected that it would kind of go down in quality because it's not, you know, the big one or
Right. The big
two
one, right.
fight going at it.
So
But
we all knew that he wasn't gonna beat him, you know. But of course he says you appear to lack the strength to escape. How very convenient. Fortunately, this is a blind spot. No one can see us here. And then, you know, he supposedly blows up Goku, but we know he just powers him up. And I felt it was really cool that they did the same like golden glow that they gave him when Goku gave Frieza some power. Remember? I
yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was really cool. I thought that was like a cool, you know, flashback to being like, hey, you know, this is just how we do things, you know?
It's like he's trying to repay all the debts.
Yeah,
So
and he even
there's
says it. He
absolutely
even says it.
nothing
You
yet.
know, our debts are or we're square or something. You know, which is kind of funny because, and I know we were talking about this last night a lot on my stream, but we went over and over and over again on it, saying how. I mean, I personally feel that Frieza is a different character than, let's say, Piccolo and Vegeta and Boo, in the sense that Frieza's just a little more crafty and a little more evil. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, like Vegeta just wanted to be the best, you know, and he keeps
Yeah, he's
following.
trying to be the best.
Yeah, he keep. I mean, well, I mean, you do have that moment when in the Majin Buu series when you know when the saga when he did accept the mark, you know, the evil mark or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Like, but that was a return, just a return to his old school style that people have been wanting for a long time,
Right,
like
right.
a long time.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I mean, I totally understand that. I understand why he did that, why they did that for him in the series, you know. Um, but it does make you know it brings you back because a lot of people were saying, oh, you know, we think that Frieza's going to be you know good now. I don't think he's ever going to be good.
I don't think
You
he's
know,
gonna go full blown good. He may like have flashes here and there, but he has way too many
right?
just kind of motives he wants to achieve
Yeah, yeah,
to make him be full blown good, not like Piccolo and Vegeta,
right,
because they
right.
seem to have something that can anchor them. But Frieza's like full blown evil.
Plus, with Piccolo, I think a lot of times people forget that he's not the original King of Evil.
Yeah, he's
Remember?
not the
Yeah,
original.
he's
Yeah,
reincarnated, which he had his own moments of, you know, of what was that like? Uh, how do you call that? Like, you know, he had his own conflicts. You know, when he was like, "Am I going to be good? Am I bad? What am I?" You know, and then he
yeah,
accepted. You know, what's his name? The other one, King Kame.
yeah,
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 when he accepted him, and he became the new Piccolo. You know, so he's a
yeah.
whole different story. You know, but anyway, so then
Give me
Frieza.
1 second, real
Yeah,
quick.
go for it. Go for it,
Give
man.
me 1 second.
All right, so while we give proper a second here, let's go ahead and go through this. So yeah, like as always, guys, these are going to be a new type of series where we don't know what's going to happen in the future. It's very likely that what we're going to do is we're going to invite more people here. We're going to ask more people to come on, maybe other content creators, other streamers, and just chat, just chat with people, see how they feel about it, because we share a love of this show. We share, and it's something that just happened. We just started talking about it, and actually Proper knows a lot more about the behind the scenes in the fact of
Yeah, I
the
do.
Dragon Ball Super thing. Sorry, I'm just talking here. Because you play the game, right? You play the
Yeah, I
Dokkan.
played Dokkan Battle.
Yeah, so you know a lot of things that come up before they even come up, because of course that's how it works. They're on a
Yep,
different time schedule, and over in Japan they're going to release a lot of stuff that we don't know about. You know what I mean?
correct.
Okay, so anyway, so then Frieza continues, and Frieza, this is I found really interesting, because Frieza says to Goku, "Did you hear what the gods were talking about earlier? That strength you showed before. Apparently, among the gods, it's called the Ultra Instinct. And then he bounces out, he leaves. And then something I found really, really interesting was Goku, he pops his arm back into his shoulder. And then he says, Ultra Instinct. I wonder if I can do that again. Will I be able to beat Jiren? And that to me said so much, because it made me realize Goku doesn't know what he's doing.
Nope.
He really had no clue what was going on, where it was going on, and what was happening. You know what I mean?
It was just flying by the seat of his pants.
Yeah, and he had no idea what it was or how to control it. So it kind of begs the question of, how much do you feel that they depowered Goku in this sense?
I wouldn't necessarily say they depowered Goku as in he's not as strong as he can be, or depowered Goku is in...
Well, in the sense that, Frieza gave him a bit of his power. So he's not at full power at all.
Of course.
Now, we're going to talk about this in a second, but I feel that Jiren actually lost a lot of power in his fight with Hit, which may have brought him down a few notches, in power-wise, or resources, I guess. But if Goku can reach, again, Ultra Instinct, if he can actually control it and master it and be in there, will he have the natural power? Because as we talked before, right before we started this podcast, actually, we were talking about Ultra Instinct doesn't make you stronger. No. It just makes you a super dodger.
It just makes you super hard to hit.
Yeah, it's impossible to hit pretty much, unless I guess. Well, if you have someone else that has Ultra Instinct, maybe you just won't hit each other, but you're gonna need a whole different kind of Ultra to hit someone that has Ultra Instinct.
It's like the real life thing of, if someone tries to punch you, normally you think about it.
Yeah.
And you have to dodge accordingly, versus if someone throws something at you and you have that split second feeling and you just dodge out of the way naturally.
Yeah. Like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, have you seen me play Fortnite? Whenever someone starts shooting at you and you automatically put up a wall, you don't even think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So in this sense, I kind of felt like, and this is just me, and I hope this is the case, because I know you do too. I hope that by doing this, they are opening the door to other characters reaching Ultra Instinct, maybe even in this battle or in this tournament, and potentially someone else defeating Jiren or knocking him out.
I don't know about somebody else defeating Jiren, but I do feel other people are going to get it, because the show has kind of gone away from Goku being the only one to finish people off and get power-ups.
And that's awesome. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, the whole Master Roshi thing. I love that, I love the fact that they gave him, it's kind of funny because, we know he's like a human and of course he's a master, but in some senses, I kind of like them introducing Ultra Instinct because, like we said, anyone could attain it.
Even Krillin and Yamcha.
Yeah, Krillin. Yeah, Yamcha.
Oh God, buffet fist.
But if we think of it from that point of Master Roshi having Ultra Instinct, come on, that would be incredible. That'd be awesome.
It would.
But anyway, so I'm actually gonna skip over a lot of the Brienne things.
I hate her so much.
I know you think that they're just doing it to be, funny or just to troll.
She was a fun gag at first, but they need to come on, man.
I kind of wish that, for such a joke character that they would give her some real. Why is she still there? She can't she can't take it from the others, but she still goes toe to toe with Goku and Vegeta, but and neither of them go blue,
It's kind of how come Yamcha still goes with him to fight people? He's not gonna do anything, but he's just in there to be cannon fodder, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next, let's just move right into the battle with Hit. So the first shot I have here is of the first time that Hit uses time skip and Jiren misses. You know, you see the whole white area, you see like the purple aura around Hit,
Yeah.
and then Jiren realizing what it is, and Jiren saying, "So this is time skip." So Jiren's never seen time skip before,
No.
and
No, he hasn't.
yeah, and that's kind of weird. That I mean, they would present it like that. You know, they would present it that blatantly that Jiren's never seen this before and hits incredible ability. Because I mean, come on, it's an incredible ability. That
It is.
it would be that new to Jiren, that he's never seen anything like that before. And then Wiz goes on to say, I like this. I like the fact that they are using Wiz as the explainer. He's the narrator in this for everything new. He said Hitson can hide in a separate space he's created. By storing the time he skipped in the real world, he leaves a phantom of himself. And then, Universe Six's destruction, God of Destruction says, how can his attacks be detected and not work when he's in another space? So I think that is huge.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? How can Jiren do that? Is this like confirmation that Jiren has Ultra Instinct?
Yeah, he has. He'd have to, because there's no way. There's absolutely no way he'd be able to dodge and predict where a hit's going to be if he didn't have Ultra Instinct, unless it's something completely different he's got. Maybe his eyes have something special because his eyes are weird compared to
Yes.
everybody else's.
Yeah, and we're actually going to talk about that in a second too, because we have a new eye today. Did you see the new eye?
The crap.
golden.
I know what you're talking about.
The golden eye. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's a new eye. I don't know where I have. I have it later in the screenshots. But yeah. So I mean, so he either has some sort of and that's the question: is Jiren actually that powerful, or is Jiren just like, what was that race again that taught Goku all the instant transformation?
Yadrat?
The Yadras, yes.
Yadrat?
So is he like that, and he has just a bunch of ridiculous techniques that make him seem super powerful, or is he actually just that strong?
Honestly, he would have to just be that strong. Otherwise, there'd have to be more of him. And if there's more of him, then they just take over everything.
Yeah.
Unless it's some weird mutation or something. I don't know.
See, and that's something we've talked about before. Is he a fusion? Is he like, some sort of, special being that was manufactured, or like the androids, or something like that,
He can't be a fusion per se, because whenever anyone fuses, their voice gets echoey
Right.
and has the reverb.
Well, but then again, remember, like I said, the Namekian fusions don't.
Yeah, unless it's like Piccolo.
Yeah, but then they become a part, and something that, I mean, I know we talked about this before, and this is like going off the deep end a little bit, but my theory when we first saw Jiren was that he had taken all of his race within him. Like, like there had been some sort of catastrophe or something, and he had accepted everyone to go into him, which had made him this super being. But that's why, before, I felt that's why he was so sad. Why he was so troubled, so burdened, and why he would want to wish, he would want to wish everyone back, so he could be happy again, because he's never happy, I mean,
True.
The guy's never happy. And that's another thing too that happened right now, which I really dislike. It's that they're making him angry, like before he was
getting annoyed.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He's
Yeah.
increasingly more annoyed.
Well, and before he was just like, he was like silent, and it almost seemed like anytime he had to do something, he was almost like sad to do it, like he didn't want to use his power. But now it just seems like he's upset that there's no one that can challenge him.
Yeah. I don't think you've watched it, but for anyone who's going to hear this that knows what I'm about to get at, if you ever watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and the only reason why I make this comparison because it has one of the best tournament arcs in all of anime, period. There is a character named Taguro who is the epitome of like the most awesome, stoic, dude who doesn't show any emotion whatsoever, just like one punches everybody,
Right.
and his whole thing is with the main character. Like that's where the whole showdown is leading to. He beats the crap out of the main character
Mm-hmm.
multiple times throughout the whole thing. And his whole thing is trying to bait that out of Yusuke in order to get a fight that, you know, he actually has to try at. And
Right.
if Jiren was given the go ahead by his god of destruction to let it all go, and Goku didn't give him that, and his god of destruction specifically pointed out Goku, and everybody else is talking about Goku as being a problem, and Goku's not a problem for him, then he's just going to be mad and upset because y'all just
Right.
gave me all of this hype and let me, you know, pretty much let me loose, and he's not anything like you guys are hyping him up to be. I'm disappointed. He's not
Yeah.
a challenge for me.
So he's upset about that. Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I just wish we'd get some answers about him. There's too much, you know.
There's like they're like that was the thing. They release so many spoilers for what happens in Super,
Mm-hmm.
yet they keep so much from people to where it's like, I'm gonna give you a spoiler for what's gonna happen in this episode, and I'm gonna show you this poster for this new transformation. But when we get to the episode, his shirt's still on. We don't know anything about Jiren, so we know it's probably gonna happen again. But this is only the halfway
Yeah.
point, as we found out today.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
halfway point. How many episodes are we into already?
like, oh man,
my
come on!
We're into way too many episodes, man. All right,
How many episodes into
into the
tournament?
battle?
Yeah, like has it been
Seven,
since it
maybe
started?
6 or 7.
No, I mean like since the tournament started.
Yeah, since the
'Cause
tournament
that was
started.
like the hour time
Oh,
limit.
you're
and
right.
now
So
we're
that'd
halfway.
be 2. Man, we're well over 10 by now.
How many episodes is that
know.
going to take to get to the end?
You see, and that's the thing. You know, it's Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball. Remember, if you remember the what's it called, the Frieza saga. You know, on Planet Namek. I mean, come on, that one was like.
I will say, Super did in last week's hour special did a really
Mhm.
good job for the first time ever of showing how fast someone is.
Oh yeah.
Compared to everybody else, because
Yeah.
you can't fly in that
No.
space. But they had like jumped up to face each other, and it's like they were falling, and you didn't even see them throw a punch. It's like they were standing still, but
Yeah.
you still saw the punches flying.
Yeah.
It's like for the first time you saw how fast they were compared to, you know, everybody else.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And you'd think that more of them would get disqualified since they've been flying forever, you know?
If it's like actual flying, I think that place actually disables you being able to fly.
Oh, that's
period.
good. That's good. So that way they don't.
But if you
yeah.
have wings
You could fly.
or something, yeah, you can technically fly.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But I mean, that also makes a sense, you know, with the terrain that they made. Anyway, okay. So continuing, because we got a lot to go still. We see the introduction of the Namekians from Universe 6. I didn't really go into it much. I just have one shot where you see Gohan and Piccolo facing off with them. But I mean, what do you think? Is this going to be something important, or is this just going to be like, you know, eh?
It might be. I don't know. They throw in little nuggets in there every so often.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to say for me, honestly.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I kind of wish they had done more. I kind of wish they would have shown us a little bit more. But I guess we are going to see it like in the next episode, you know, since they, you know, the whole Vegeta thing. But I mean, just looking at them, they look like, I mean, the one on the smaller one actually looked a lot like
Cobb?
there's a big one and the smaller one, you know, like one has like Saiyan gloves on, which is so weird.
I don't know what their names are. Like,
they're
they
weird.
have names, but
They have
super,
names, but
like,
they're super weird. And I think they
Yeah.
made them really simple in English because at the end of the Toei animation show, they have like a snippet, you know. But yeah, I think one of them's name is like Chance or something like that.
because aren't their names, aren't like all the Piccolo people supposed to have
Yeah,
names?
yeah, they're supposed to have like that. But to me, it just kind of looks like, I don't know. They're going to make they're gonna make it important for Piccolo, I guess, but at the same time, I kind of feel like there's just I don't know. I have I have my theories about this, but anyway,
But
moving
Piccolo
on.
wasn't surprised at
No,
all.
he wasn't. He wasn't, which is kind of
They
weird. And
were
at this,
shocked. They
if
were shocked
anything,
with
he
him.
was happy to see them. You know,
Yep.
like happy to face off with them. I don't know. Okay, so next
Maybe
one
he
I
is.
have,
I don't know.
what's her name? Rosie. Rosie saving Ribrianne, and I had to show this. I had to show this because I don't know how you felt about it, but when Ribrianne got slapped, I thought it was, I thought it was funny that they actually went that far. Kind of like her giving up and Rosie bringing her back to it. But I always felt that the three of them were going to combine to do something, like fuse to do something really strong. But the other one got kicked out.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like, I don't know. I don't know why they're still pulling that storyline.
I swear to God, if everybody gets knocked, like if everybody knocks each other out, and somehow Ribrianne survives at the end, I'm gonna be mad.
It's going to be awesome.
It'd be the ultimate Toriyama troll.
It would too. And he'd do it too.
I
He'd do
know.
it.
I don't want it to happen. Please don't
He's
let
like
this
that.
happen.
Okay, so then let's move into the last thing, which is Hit's last moments, I guess. But so he says, I've memorized the timing of his counters with my body, which we understand is why he was letting himself get hit, so he could memorize all that. And then he goes, it's time to finish up my job. He does that, like time cage thing where he holds out his hand. He shoots out that pinkish purplish haze that, of course, Jiren stops, but in fact, all it does is just goes around him, so it like encircles him in the cage, and then Hit does a time skip and he hits Jiren in the chest. So that was just him like locking the time cage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we see, Jiren get thrown back, like the whole thing. And Jiren's, if anything, he's just more, surprised that he actually got hit, It binds him in the time cage. Jiren gets knocked back. He gets punched back, back. Almost falls off. Of course, he doesn't. And this is the part I find really, really interesting. Jiren looks down at his chest. We see that it's not a punch like a punch. It's a crack. Did you see that?
That was the attack he used on Goku that stopped his heart.
Because it cracked the time, right? It didn't crack him. It cracked time. But did it look exactly the same on Goku? Because I looked for it and I couldn't find it.
He can't kill in this tournament. I assumed Hit, like watching it back and thinking about it, I feel like Hit may have tried to kill Jiren.
I think so too.
Jiren,
yeah.
So he can die and then Hit gets disqualified, but you took out the biggest threat.
I just sent you on Discord the screenshot that I took, and I tried to look at it and I couldn't find it to remember, but is that the same crack? Or is this a shell?
It's letting that.
Does Jiren have a shell?
Maybe. Because it popped up and then like he just
he shrugged it off.
Back.
Yeah, he like brought it back. But and this is the part that I had to go back and look over and over and over again. But it looks like he cracked his outer shell. It looks like it looks like his body, his armor, or it looks like that's armor. So maybe he's not that buff. You know what I mean?
Oh no! Don't tell me that's what that thing is. You've seen the thing I sent you before.
Yes,
don't tell me that's what that is.
Doesn't it? Okay, but doesn't it look like it now?
It does.
It does look like it now, and that's what I kept wondering because I kept going back and looking, and I'm like, wait. Did he crack his outer shell? So if that's it, then there's two ways this could go. A, it's just like a protective armor, or B, it's a containment armor. And Goku or someone is actually going to be able to break it open, and then we're going to see the real Jiren, which I kind of think if it goes that far, we might even see the angels or God step in.
Dude, the way that is going makes me feel like, because they've been throwing nods and winks to other animes and shows, if that's a straight up reference to Jagoro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Jagoro's like his whole thing was he could make his muscles super big. He looks like a scrawny dude when you
Right.
first like he's tall, but he's thin and he wears this big coat. He takes his coat off and then makes his muscles huge to
Like
the point where he
Master
can go.
Roshi.
Except he gets like when he goes into his demon form
Mhm.
version of it, when he goes to 100%, he does not look human anymore.
Oh.
The structure of his muscles look not human at all.
I'll have to check it out now. Have to check it out, man.
So if that's what they're doing and Jiren's just been in that form this whole time,
Yeah.
and that's what's underneath when you hurt him or like when you take him down to like his base level or something, then it's going to be like y'all are really out here doing some stuff from all these other ones, because we got Sailor Moon with Ribrianne.
Yeah.
They made a reference to they already made a reference to Yusuke versus Toguro when Vegeta fought Black, and he was punching Black in the crater, and Black just looked up, and Vegeta backed up because he was afraid. So I don't know. Maybe if that's where this is going, then that might be what it is.
That's crazy.
Give me 1 second, real
Yeah,
quick.
take care of it. I see it. Go for it. So anyway, so while Proper takes care, because he just got rated and he's got some people, subscribing to him, you guys have to come. You guys have to come to his stream. His stream is really chill, guys. It's amazing. And I know that the actual audio is desynced because I have him on Discord, but we're just checking out his stream right now. But yeah, I totally 100% recommend you guys, you guys come over, talk to him, check out his stream. I'll leave a link down below again, of course, in the description to his channel, and just come hang out with him. I mean, it's a really chill stream, and he definitely has. I mean, he's got. I mean, you can see on screen. You guys can see on screen the talent he has, and I guess you guys can almost even see. Let me see if I can show you guys. See, if you guys see over here, look over here. Look right here.
I'll grab it.
Well, let's wait till the end. It's awesome, dude. All right. So anyway, but no, I don't know. I saw this and I thought he's wearing a protective armor, or he's wearing a containment armor. And when someone actually cracks it open, Universe 11's God or their angel is going to be, we're in trouble now, and mass explosions. And I even thought for a second, watch Xeno step in and get slapped around even, like that level of this is crazy, to the point where, and I hate to say this, but maybe even Wiz or the angels or someone coming to Goku and being like, you're the only one who can stop him, here, have this, and
Please,
like
God, don't do that.
unlocking his potential or something, But you know what I mean. You know what I mean? It's like, and the reason why I say this is because what we were talking about before, I kind of feel like they're almost writing themselves into the corner with Jiren, because he's just so powerful. I mean, okay, watching Jiren step out of that time cage, how?
There's I don't know if you heard the rumor. I don't know if you see chat right now. They won't see it in the video, but I don't know if you've heard that rumor, because somebody told me that rumor earlier
that they're
today.
cheating.
Yeah, and that would make sense as to why he's super freaked out when Goku starts beating him.
Because he's like, how could he possibly be doing that?
Because if they created this rumor themselves, then that would make a lot of sense.
But see, that's like we were talking before. It's either going to be an epic, incredible, crazy battle that's going to take the whole show to a new level, or it's going to be Jiren has just a huge Achilles heel, He just has a huge soft spot that once that's found out, he's going to go down.
Although, to be fair, it's like, if there is a dude literally out there that can slap around the gods,
yeah,
you'd think they would have dealt with that a long time ago.
Yes, exactly. You think they would. They would have been like, okay, we got to go and see what's up here,
But if it's just a rumor and they're like, legend says, or there's a rumor going around that there's a mortal in one of the universes
Mm-hmm.
that can slap around a god of destruction, and they're pretty much saying that dude is Jiren, and the other god of destruction is just confirming it. Compared to
Hmm.
the other ones, you kind of look weak. I mean, Jiren's OP,
Yeah.
but compared to everybody else, there ain't no other mortal in the other universes that have even
Come
stepped up,
close to
and
it.
some of them are strong. You know, it's like, come on, man. Maybe. Who
I do
knows?
feel the hit, held his own though.
Yeah,
He
Hit
did pretty good.
definitely held his own.
Yeah.
It's just Hit is literally a one trick pony, and I hate to say that because Hit's super skilled. I like his character,
Mm-hmm.
but if you figure out his time skip, he can't do anything.
No, he can. All right, then we see Jiren heal himself or whatever that is, and then as the circles as he gets put in the time cage, and he's in the time cage. He's outside of time. And then we hear, that's our ultimate assassin hit. It looks like Jiren can't move at all. And the original plan was for him to just hold him until the end of the contest.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy. They were going to try and pull a stalemate, weren't they?
Yep. And
then okay, and then I have it on screen. I gotta send you this one though. I gotta send you this one on Discord because this one is ridiculous. This is the one where we actually saw this before, when the very first time, or one of the first times, that Hit used the time skip on Jiren, and I didn't catch a screenshot of that one, but you see the eyes, and
Yep.
this kind of makes me, feel like Jiren, he's got an ocular power, he's got an ocular jutsu.
Because he doesn't even his eyes flash and his hands.
His eyes flash and things happen. So we've got the red flash, which is a physical attack, and then later on, of course, I didn't get this again either, but he does do the red flash, and then he does the multiple punches on Hit. You know what? When it's like you don't see him move, but you just see his punches land. So the red eyes are a physical punch. The blue eyes are an energy attack. And now we've got golden eyes. So is this his power?
Oh man, yeah, I just had like a really weird idea.
Go for it.
Thinking, because since this whole thing started, when the first squad got eliminated and they were showing the way the angel looked.
Oh yeah. That he was happy.
People are insinuating that
the angels have a dark plan.
That someone has a dark plan, that someone is evil, that someone's doing something. The only god so far, aside from them being, childish towards each other, is the clown one. Like, he looks straight evil when they show him.
Yeah,
whenever they show him, he looks super evil. What if not even Topo and the rest of the Justice Squad know that Jiren is being fed energy from this dude? And when they find out, it's like they all get betrayed and then they get wiped out.
Because
and that'll be how they
because
end it.
Topo and the Justice, they really do pride themselves on being just.
They do. But they're always there to protect Jiren. Or maybe they do know, and they're just trying to cover it up. Although it's like, if Jiren is super strong, why would you need to protect him?
Yeah, and that's something we brought up before, and we'll talk about that at the end. But so we've got the yellow eyes, we've got the golden eyes. So I'm thinking, because there is no way that Jiren could have broken out of that time cage. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, unless he had some sort of time power himself.
Yeah.
Or did he actually break out of it through sheer strength?
I wouldn't say strength. That's probably mental fortitude, because I don't think any amount of strength would have him break out of that. Because they've been showing in this whole tournament that strength ain't everything when it comes to fighting other people with extra abilities. It's comes down to being smart about how to get around stuff.
And the fact that they have to save their power to the end.
Yeah. Of course, Jiren doesn't
Jiren doesn't need
he's got that problem. Because he hasn't used it at all. Hardly.
Man, I love those yellow eyes though. Those golden eyes. I'm like, I know we're gonna see more of his eyes. Okay, so then Hit notices that Jiren can't be held, and then he goes, then I'll just have to put all my chips on the table, and he physically attacks him because he's trying to push him out, right?
Yep.
And then he stops it. Jiren actually stops it just with his glare. which so he has this protective bubble around him, doesn't he? Like some sort of energy shield.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see it more at the end too.
Didn't he have the same thing against Goku when
Yeah,
Goku tried to hit him in God
yeah,
mode?
and he was just like that. It like he stopped like a foot away from him, like that bubble around him stopped him. Then we see Jiren reach up. He grabs the time energy sphere or whatever. He cracks it. And then, of course, he does his eye thing. Then he throws a ball of energy towards Hit. And then he does his superhero pose thing, turning around and explosion behind him. Which I
He
got to
didn't just
say.
crack it. He talked mad. He talked
Yeah.
so much trash to him right as he broke it.
He did. Yeah, he did. But I mean, I think it's still funny that the Justice, they do that, their whole like anime, what was the first show I ever saw that in? Power Rangers, the Power Ranger move,
Yeah.
turn around and explosion behind you. Okay. Finally, this is the part that gets to me. I know this is the part you want to talk about. When Jiren says everyone that needed to be defeated, there's no one that, okay, what I needed to be used for, the warriors I've needed for, they're gone. And then he says, I leave the rest to you. Oh, sorry. I leave the rest to you, the warriors I'm needed for. He looks over and looks directly at Goku, who's hiding in the rubble. And he says, are already gone. Then he starts meditating and the two jump in front of him, kind of like protecting him. So he's saying to Goku, you're not a challenge.
Yep. At least not right now. You're not.
Right.
I felt that like
that was more
saying,
like get your Ultra Instinct back.
Yeah, because he didn't say they weren't here. He said they're gone, as if they were there before and now they're not here anymore.
Right. So I mean, do you think he felt surprised that Goku reached Ultra Instinct, or was he more curious about the fact that this is going to be a challenge?
Considering that he actually because it went from him just slapping around Goku with no problem to not being able to touch Goku and Goku being able to actually hit him, which means Goku's learning, and that intrigued him. And then as soon as it goes away, because I'm pretty sure had Goku been in full strength and been able to control that, he probably would have put in some damage on Jiren.
Yeah, it would have been different.
Because it burned out right at the end, it's like, oh, this is a disappointment.
Well, and like we saw before, the whole thing that Wiz and Jiren both said the heat thing, that he was burning off his energy or something. And even like what we've talked about before, that I feel that Jiren's power is in the fact that he controls that heat. He runs cool. So kind of some sort of, there's something big behind the heat thing. And then the episode ends.
You've seen the poster.
Oh, yeah.
With the red behind him and the blue, like it's all of it, and like that Saturn spear thing around him. So I'm assuming that's the heat control.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But anyway, at the end, Goku says, you're saying I'm not worth your while like this, which obviously is what he's saying. And then something I didn't even take a screenshot of because I didn't feel it was worth it was those other two that jump, try and jump Jiren. And then Topo saying if you can't even get through his energy shield, you're not worth it. And this is the thing. This is my thing. I know we've talked about this, but this is my thing. My thing is thinking that the battle with Hit actually took a much bigger toll on Jiren that he's letting on. That he actually used up a lot of energy or did something, and his whole going into meditation is needed, and the other two jumping in to defend him, protect him, is because he needs it. He needs this time to meditate, or like you said, to take more energy from someone else.
Maybe.
Because I'm just
not sure, only because early on in the tournament, when Jiren was getting ready to like do something, Topo would always pop up and be like, "Nah, fam, I got this."
Oh yeah.
Or just like stay back or whatever. Like, why are you protecting this dude so hard? Like Topo,
like saving his energy, or maybe they know there's something there. Like he can't. I don't know. I just feel like there's something going on there. There's a lot more to Jiren that we don't know because they've created too strong of a character. They've created this mountain of a character with no possible way of defeating him except for a hope that Goku is gonna reach Ultra Instinct again. But again, like we said, it makes him a great dodger. It
It
doesn't
does.
mean that he's gonna be able to break through.
But this is the thing though. That form is just a technique, so to speak, right?
Right? Yeah. It's something that everyone can do
That means in the future you can put Super Saiyan,
with Ultra
Kaioken,
Instinct.
Super Saiyan Blue, like all of this stuff on
Yeah.
top of Ultra
And
Instinct.
we did see that Jiren is a little afraid of Super Saiyan Blue
Yeah, he
because
is.
he did dodge that Kamehameha.
Yeah,
If you
if it hits him, it may put in some
Yeah,
damage.
it may actually do some damage. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just and the other thing, like we said too, and I know we were talking about this, that if Ultra Instinct is a thing, then like Ultra Strength might be a thing, and like
Maybe.
Ultra Energy or Ultra, there might be a bunch of different ultras because even when the gods were talking about it and the angels, they talked about it like a technique, like reaching like a sense, like it's like a sense, like like a, I don't know, touch, feel, or whatever,
Yeah,
so there's gonna be different ultra senses that you can attain and you know take you to the next level, kind of thing.
pretty much. It's breaking all their inhibitors to make them just godly without being gods.
That's crazy, man. You know what? I have to say this: when Super started, the first couple episodes, I really didn't like it, man.
Like don't like I'm just gonna say this for anyone who doesn't watch it. Don't watch the
Yes,
first two seasons, like not seasons, but the first two
arcs or
arcs,
whatever. Yeah,
the Battle of Gods and Frieza arc. Just watch the movie.
yeah,
The movies are done so much better, pretty much. And the super version of those are just recaps of the movies. If you just watch the movies
yeah.
and then start at the Universe 7 versus 6 part, you'll be fine.
Yeah, because the first ones, when you first start watching, it's like, wait, 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 what's up with this red thing and gods and what? It feels so dramatic, like okay, like when you have to have what, five Saiyans combining to make a god.
Yeah, but
That
Vegeta got it
part,
by himself.
that part to me was like, wait, what? What?
Vegeta knew about it though.
Yeah,
Apparently,
he had heard about it. Yeah, yeah.
Vegeta knows about all those
Ah,
legends
yeah. Which kind of
because
makes
he's
it just
royalty.
like,
He's
yeah,
royalty.
exactly.
It would. And that sucks though. You know about it, but you never are the first one to do it.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I have to say that I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you that I really hope that they do give Vegeta something. Like almost take him in a different direction
He's
where
God giving
he's
him something.
not always just trying to catch up to Goku. You know?
They need to, because like here's what bothers me. And you've watched all the episodes of Super, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Goku did absolutely no training in between the end of the Universal, not the Universal, but the Universe 7 versus
Mm-hmm.
Universe 6 tournament fight to the start of this tournament arc right now.
Yeah.
Vegeta's gone in that chamber twice,
Yeah.
broke it twice, and like got whooped on by Goku Black, so he got a Zenkai boost out of it.
Yeah.
It's like 3 boosts this dude's gotten. But like we haven't seen him do anything other than
Just
go
wait.
Super Saiyan Blue with Goku to throw back the final
Oh, yeah.
Kamehameha they did
Yeah.
together. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't even gone blue to really do anything. So I don't know if he's gonna have his own dude because everyone was speculating maybe Vegeta will fight Hit to get his win back because Hit knocked him out
Oh,
the first time.
yeah.
But that didn't happen. That obviously isn't gonna happen now. And I feel like unless there's some super cheap stuff that knocks him out, or it's Jiren that knocks him out, which I wouldn't be surprised because he's cannon fodder before
Yeah,
he ends up
if they
fighting
just
Goku.
leave Goku and Jiren at the very, very end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
warm up the warm up before
Yeah.
Goku.
Which also, and this is something else that, I mean, I know it. It's Dragon Ball. I get this. Previous characters come back super strong, and they find new techniques and something to continue raising the bar, But even like the whole, well, we didn't even actually get a full explanation of Frieza Gold, of the whole thing, But even with Frieza coming back and the fact that Frieza he showed such potential in being able to control the God energy, and that he actually like he can go toe to toe with a Saiyan Blue.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that he has all this, and they haven't really even used him in the arc either.
Yeah, Frieza still got a crap load of energy
Oh
left.
yeah,
He's barely done
he's good
anything.
to go. He's still good to go, and he's gonna do something. But it's like, you know, are they just did they want to get this whole like Ultra Instinct thing out of the way so that the key characters can attain it now? You know?
Frieza doesn't stand a chance against Goku if they decide to take Frieza in the route of being a big bad villain again.
Yeah, I
Even
don't
though
think they'll
he's like
do
on
that.
both
I think they're just gonna keep him as like kind of like Vegeta in the sense of I'm going to be I'm gonna be a tentative ally for my own needs.
purposes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if I ever get a chance to be stronger than you, I'm still gonna kill you.
I know you kind of noticed what they did. It's a Dragon Ball Z thing they tend to do. Whenever a new uh rival pops up for Goku,
Mm-hmm.
the old one immediately just gets one
Yeah,
shotted.
yeah,
Because it was Vegeta. Then Vegeta kind of got pushed to the wayside with his family, and then they did that whole arc with Hit and
yeah,
him hiring him. And then Jiren pops up, and Goku and Jiren just one shots him, no problem.
yeah. That was
So
kind
who
of
knows?
I kind of feel like
Frieza hasn't been one shotted yet. Though.
no, he hasn't. But Frieza's too smart for that. You know? I mean,
He is.
apart from the whole, future Trunks cutting him up thing. That
You would
was
have to like for real know how to push his button, and maybe someone pushes his button, or maybe
yeah,
I see Frieza killing somebody on accident,
or on purpose.
maybe on purpose.
On purpose to advance the storyline, to advance his needs, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
okay, like almost if we find out that like if Jiren had a soft spot for like Topo or something, or there was something there, which is why there's such a dynamic of protecting him, if
Yeah.
he finds that out and then he assassinates him, you know, just to push Jiren over the edge. I could
like,
see him doing something like that.
I'm sorry, but I can't take Tobo seriously anymore.
Yeah, I know.
After he got finessed on, like oh dude,
I know. I know.
you was talking so much trash at the little prelim y'all was having.
Uh-huh.
And then you just get pushed aside like you ain't even supposed to be in this tournament.
Well, and that's the thing. He's not on that level. He's just not on
Like,
that level, which makes us realize just how far beyond this has gone. But anyway, anything else you want to wrap up about the episode?
nah, and I think we pretty much covered everything.
Cool. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think I've asked actually Proper if he knows other people in the community and his creative community. I know a couple of people who also really love DBS, and we can start doing this. I mean, this actually this is a lot of fun. Just chatting about it, Sunday morning, because man, I didn't think I was gonna love and I held out.
Yeah, you did.
I held out. I didn't want
At least you aren't the Twitter community
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball Super. That is
Yeah.
that is some of the worst.
But I held out on loving DBS for a long time because I didn't like it. I didn't like how they started it. I didn't like where they were taking it. I was annoyed at Wiz for so long just because he just seemed so condescending to me. And then, finding out that the God, like the whole God of Destruction thing. It's like, okay, so there's been this God of Destruction thing like looming forever. And he just let Frieza destroy everything he wanted, for all those years, and his whole race to do whatever they wanted and rule that universe. But
I wouldn't. I don't
you
think
know
it
what I
was-
mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was just like, whatever, you do you, I don't care, what kind of thing. And then he'd just destroy a planet whenever he felt like it, kind of thing.
Do we ever see Whis create? Like, do we ever see Whis actually create? Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that a big
Yeah, the big thing that
point
they
of
could.
their character was like before creation comes destruction,
Yeah.
but you never see them create anything.
Wait, didn't he restore a planet?
That's
Didn't
because
he say
Frieza blew it up.
didn't he say something that he sometimes had to restore planets whenever Beerus went on off on a little tantrum?
I feel like he
I
said
think there was
that,
something
but
like that.
we've seen him blow up a planet because he was
Yeah.
upset or angry,
Yeah.
and Wiz didn't do anything.
Yeah, cuz he didn't give him a snack or something.
Yep, like the wasabi thing, and he blew up a
Yes.
planet,
Yes.
and Beerus and Wiz just put him to sleep, but he didn't fix the planet.
And you have to also think about the fact that all these gods of destruction know that they're nothing compared to their angels,
Yep.
you know? And it's like, why do they keep playing that game too? It's like, it's like, yeah, you're, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. So anyway, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I know I'll see you. I'll come to your stream. You'll come to my stream, and we'll keep talking
Yeah.
about this probably all week long. But yeah.
Well, you want me to show the thing real quick before?
Oh yes. Let's finish with that. Oh gosh, let's
me
finish with
grab
that. So for those of
man.
you who still don't know, Proper is doing this, which is absolutely, I can't even begin to say. I mean, as I've seen this progress, I mean, when you originally said you were going to put him in the metal, I was like, okay, I don't understand how that's going to happen. But oh my gosh, dude.
Once you kind of get where you're going with it, you just got to put all the components together.
So that right there, guys, is actually something that Proper's doing for us. He's doing for me. He's actually painting that, and we're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna do a giveaway for it somehow. I don't know, somehow on my stream. So he's kind of like giving that as like a donation to my stream, and to my community. And it's amazing, guys. I have no idea how we're gonna do it yet. Like I told him, I know how the creative process is. Whenever he's done, and he'll tell us, and we'll figure it out then. But dude, I cannot begin to tell you how awesome that looks. That's like on a whole other level, man. That seriously is. But anyway, I'm going to let you get back to work because, you're still working. We're always working, man.
Of course.
That's the whole point of this, and it's awesome. So I'll see you later, man. Anything you want to close off with saying?
Just stay simply phenomenal, instantly classic, but always properly mad.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everything. As always, I am DUJ2, and we'll definitely see you guys in the next one. See ya.